You can access the entire episode now on our website, forbiddenknowledge.news, Rokfin, Rumble, and all podcast platforms. I'm not sure even the people at highest levels that at least that we know their names, have any idea what the big picture of what's unfolding is. I think everybody has their direct orders, either has some specific mission that they're supposed to do or some ideology that they've been following that all fits into a bigger picture of what's unfolding. But even at the highest level, they don't know how it all fits together. They don't know how it's working. They don't know why they're doing what they're doing. But it all culminates to a certain outcome eventually.
With them being saved. With them like on the good guy, they think that they're going to be like, well, when this all goes down, I'll be in the underground bunker. I'll be in the group that's of transhumanists that's above everybody.
Yeah.
But none of that stuff's going to happen. They'll be locked out of the underground bunker like everybody else will. These fuckers don't have a chance. You know, you think you're going to let an Adam Schiff or a Lindsey Graham or one of these collaborators into your ranks? These are the first people to be put up against the wall. They just don't know it yet. They haven't read that far ahead in the playbook. They still think that they're going to be like, they don't know that the brown shirts get shot first. They think that because they're collaborators, they're on the team that's going to get saved. You're not going to be saved. You're going to be gone just as soon as you are no longer needed, which is relatively early on in the script. Because we see this playbook happen over and over again. We see this with authoritarian regimes where they use one group to destabilize and create havoc so that they can overturn or take over a region. Once that is in place, once that the chaos has been kicked off by this group, that group becomes a liability. Because they're only really good at kicking off chaos. Well, the new group is in power now, and they don't want chaos. They wanted chaos a year ago, but they don't want chaos now. So this is the problem that the brown shirts find themselves with. This is the problem that Antifa can never seem to figure out. This is what the Rainbow Mafia lunatics and all these cultural Marxists and subverters will never figure out because they're too fucking stupid to read ahead in the script.
Yeah, what happens
they go first.
What happens is it swings what we've just seen, this super extreme left swing where all these insane ideologies started to flood into society and people weren't having it, and now we're starting to see this slow pendulum swing back to the right. But I'm kind of concerned at how far right this will go into some sort of new totalitarian regime where all of our freedoms might even be taken away.
That's where it always winds up. It overcorrects too much, and this will be in the form of the authoritarian technocratic crackdown too, where they can just say, listen, in the interest of preserving what's left of this of our democracy. Whenever they say that, you're in for some monumental bullshit. When they're talking about protecting our democracy, they're going to say, well, we've got to get rid of elections. We've got to censor the internet. You've got to have an internet ID card to get online. So you can almost feel the overcorrection coming, where it's like the loony left where anything goes and you can steal $950 worth of stuff and nobody will do anything. And then that just goes on and it gets people so irritated that they go, no, what I really want is for all those people to be inside a gulag. I don't care. Let's expand the private prison industry. Let's make it 10 times bigger. Let's build a dozen mentally ill facilities and put these lunatics in. And it overcorrects the other direction, and then you wind up in a place where everyone is cheerleading for this because it's like, well, we finally solved the problem of the loony left or the homeless problem or the opioid epidemic or whatever, the fentanyl stuff. We finally found the solution for it. We're going to round everybody up and put them in these concentration camps make sure that they're off the streets. You know what I mean? But
It's-
Premier Xi is coming to town. We need to make sure that everybody's off the streets in San Francisco. Funny how they could do that all magically, like within 48 hours. You're like, chop, chop. And like next thing you know, everybody's gone.
It's incredible how long-term destabilization plans play out even when the left hand has no idea what the right hand is doing. Everything is so compartmentalized. Even some of the most powerful players don't really know what the outcome is going to be, don't really know what's going on. But it all comes together because we've seen the playbook and we've seen the outcome year after year, and we can plainly see what's coming down the pipe. So their plans, even though it's such a long, drawn-out plot, they seem to come to fruition one way or another.
I've been writing recently about the Pilgrim Society of all places. It sounds like a really gay name for like a group, you know what I mean? Like they don't exactly sound super scary.
Right.
But it's this network of like right-leaning lunatics that have been extremely instrumental in controlling society. And it's funny because they can like keep their hands off a little bit. They just have to put the, you know, it's not that they have to control every single aspect of society. They just put like the right person at the right spot. And then he makes sure that things don't get too far off the rails. And so it's not like overt control of every last detail. It's just generalized control. And if you've got generalized control over the military, you know, and the person who's in charge of setting the, you know, sort of the plan for the military is some guy that's backed by the major banks, you know that you're going to sort of, it's going to be like a rough draft. You know, so it's not so much that we can see every single last detail and tell people exactly when it's going to come. It's just that if you know what they want, you can work backwards from it. If you know that they want total control, you understand that they're going to, they don't have to control every single person, but they can get just certain decision makers, like the Secretary of Defense would be a good guy to have. And you go back and you look through all like the Pilgrim Society, all their guys, and you go, oh, they're like all secretaries of defense, like ding, 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 ding. Like it just goes back like decade after decade after. If you've got that guy, you can make a whole lot of decisions. You know what I mean? So it's everyone that sort of hears what we say about this stuff, they go, oh, you guys are so crazy. You think that these guys can control every single aspect of the world. It's like, no, they don't have to control every aspect. They just have to keep it on track. And you can do that with a few people in the right spots. And nowadays it feels like people are starting to wake up to this a little bit more. And they're starting to look around and go, you know, Joe Biden can't possibly be in charge. So somebody else is in charge. So who is that? You know, they start asking questions. I mean, it's so obvious that he can't even tie his own shoes. So you go, okay, well, he's not in charge. You go, oh, thank God, you know, at least there won't be a president making decisions. No. There's plenty of decisions being made. They're just not coming from him. So now, like, even normies are asking questions like, I know that guy's not running anything. So who is? And you go, well, would you like to hear about the Trilateral Commission? Would you like to hear about the United Nations? Do you know about who the bankers are? You know what I mean? So like, it's an interesting time to be paying attention and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where the next year is gonna take us. I just have been thinking about that recently, but it's like there's quite a few variables.